This intro video is absolutely quiet for me, and I feel like it just interrupts music, which is also weird. I don't know what to do with it. Hi Nigel, hi Penguin Operator. I also changed Discord notification just after it was sent, so it now will not mention anyone. I don't know. I guess I was supposed to like create a role that you could subscribe to somehow, so that you could choose if you want stream notifications in Discord or if you don't, So yeah, I'm not sure about that. So I guess you won't be getting any. Anyway, should be live now. It's been a little while. It's been a little while. I couldn't stream for a little bit. Oh wow, I forgot just how small this was. Okay, let's see. I probably need this, right? So yeah, function and codegen will stay. You accidentally turned off Wi-Fi. Back. Wow. Okay, let's see. So yeah, we settled on WebAssembly. And yeah, values. Hello, computer. Values, I don't know. On WebAssembly like syntax. So let's actually see what this would mean. WASM, I am curious about the return statement because WASM uses stack for values, and I'm not sure how. Oh wait, does it actually just check? Hi Wojtek King. I'm not sure about pronunciation of your name. To be honest, I am reading it as a kind of like I read Moyang, because J often gets pronounced as Y in transcriptions, because that's just the sound. That's just the letter they chose to transcribe it. But I am often saying it as J in my life, I guess. So I was saying Mojang a lot, quite a lot. But then I heard that Mojang is right, and I just for some reason switched to it, even though I didn't really like it anyway. So how are we gonna do something like this? I kind of want to mimic the API. Values getting discarded. I guess we'll do something kind of like that. Define variable will take an expression from the stack. Variable will take will put an expression on the stack, right? Parameter is a symbol. So yes, something kind of like that. So any function calls will. How long? I've been doing it for a while now. For a big while. I'm not quite sure about this though. Because how am I gonna do values? How am I gonna discard values? Because like... if I just put a function call, I don't know, somewhere here, and then it just gets discarded, but this function had an effect on global state, how is it gonna work? How am I supposed to make it work? Or if I pass it like a reference to it. Well, I don't know how it's... Well, I guess I don't know how you do it in WASM. So if I pass a reference, will it just discard the call altogether and not do anything? That would be weird. And also if I push stuff to the stack, what's the order of operation? 'Cause I'm not sure about it. We'll experiment. Does it do something right now? Well, not really. I've been rewriting it all the time. But at one point we had that witch command which we could do like bang orco, and it was something like fn put s equals extern. I'm typing it right now. External fn msg pointer to character, returning int, and then fn main, fn returns int put s, c string hello world. So we had something like this. You were you're just learning Spinrest. Fine. You were able to do something like this before, but now this version of Orco is not only discarded, but Docker containers associated with it is also deleted. Although partition is still on my hard drive, so MNC Twitch still exists. Where is it? Original BA still exists. Oh yeah, that was pretty fun. Nigel did it. It's like how Nigel got VAP. Here. Here it is. First frame of bad apple. It took like a few commands. Welcome back. We were just talking about you. Exactly. Anyway. So how am I gonna do this? I'm not sure. I don't like stack. I don't like the idea of stack. Wait, I deleted values. So I think I'm gonna keep SSA. Am I? Am I though? Am I? Or maybe I'm gonna keep SSA but put it in a stack. Imagine that. Yeah, I'm not sure. So like return will not take a value. It will determine. So I'm not sure. Why? So okay, hold on. It is Nintendo music, but why? uh, why is this term like banned? How are we gonna do? Okay, actually, let's try. I guess it does. It won't hurt, right? So we'll just do experience label. How am I gonna do code gen? I actually don't know. How do you do? How do you create functions in create lift? Wait. Chance number 3. Oh no, don't remind me that I have to make it. It's not to... Oh. Oh, you're... Whatever. Oh, no. Well, maybe not today. I'm not gonna survive another one, am I? Let me at least get Orco to, like, transpile something so I can do your challenges with it. Actually, you know, making Python script... Actually, what if I make a Python script that would transpile code dynamically? So maybe yeah. Maybe I could do that, actually. So I'm not doing it by hand. But I'm not using Orco yet because Orco is, like, not ready. So I will transpile, like, function bodies manually, but everything else I will probably generate. Well, I am gonna generate generics for sure. Anyway, I wanted to... I guess to C, because C++ last time was a little bit annoying with features. It's like, C++ has nice features. Don't get me wrong. They are useful. But then I couldn't decide if I use namespaces or not. If I use static functions, member functions or not. So it doesn't work. So let's see. How do we declare functions? Oh, it's in module, isn't it? Screen module or something. I don't remember. I don't remember. I think it's module. You say declaration, declare function, define function. That's what I need. Define function. Oh, it returns an ID, doesn't it? Wait, what? How is this working? I don't remember. I need a JIT demo. This demo is, like, saving me a lot. Because right now I'm doing like very boring part of Orco. Let's just say that I'm trying to transpile function bodies. That's it. So I'm trying to transpile the code itself, right? Where's main? Wait, main is not here. Do I need main? I don't think I need main. I need I need to see where they declare and define functions. Compile define function ID. Where does it compile functions? So parse name params the return. Not just add an underscore or use raw syntax. No, it's the return. The one and only. And statements. So yeah, you translated. What? How? Okay, so apparently, like... Apparently you translated before you create a function. What? Well, I guess you make context, that's why. So... I don't know. I guess I can do that. So the end is gonna, like, have an arc somewhere inside of it. So let's restructure the thing a little bit. A little bit, not much. I kinda wanna make it object safe, that's why. I really want to. Because dealing with generics is pretty much a pain. Type, primitive type, source, declaration backend, definition backend. So those traits just list functions. And okay, I wanna get rid of this. Also, it's not codegen, it's function codegen now. M times n plus 1 equals m plus mn in rock. Is it pronounced rock? I assume it is. Well, yeah, I have never used rock. I have seen a guy. Well, I don't think I can find this video anymore. But I saw a video about like a guy who made a programming language to prove math. Which I don't think it is rock. It is related to rock. Might be. Because this language is not yet finished at all. And it is very slow, but it looks pretty nice. Because it's like, it's built on axioms and theorems. And like, you can prove theorems, and then you can use theorems to like do stuff. And evaluate you can also evaluate. And yeah, theorems are basically like using pattern matching. So I think you would write something like, well, I don't know, def theorem. That's just an example, I don't remember the syntax. And then you would have something like x squared equals x times x. You can like prove it or something. And, well, you don't have to. In this case, it's just, I mean, in this case, I guess you can call it an axiom. Point is, it's gonna match for this. And then it's gonna substitute with this. And that's how it solves stuff. And that's pretty cool. Anyway. Function code generation. Or should we rename it to just codegen? I think we should rename it to just codegen. Sorry. So yeah, I guess I could do dynamic dispatch here. I don't want to though. Because like this is another trait. What does crane lift do? Well, crane lift exploits context, doesn't it? How are they even doing it? Where did they get as a builder? Oh, they created. They literally create a new builder. So yeah, codegen, I actually don't know how to create one. Oh wait, it's not gonna work like that. Well, I could make it dynamic dispatch, or I could just make it like impl or something. Does it work? I don't think it... Wait, what? Okay, it does work apparently. Apparently you can do this. Because this returns like codegen or whatever. And that's a block label. Do we need a block label? I mean, we kinda do. We kinda do. We'll need it later. So primitive type source. Well, yeah, I do need that. Well, let's not worry about it right now. Because I do need to somehow like create type source. By the way, Nigel, you're first. You're first on the clips leaderboard now. Okay. Let's see. I think that's good enough. Let's go. So yes, here I can just do codegen. I assume. Yes, it works. It's just I need to fix this name. Now let's actually create a stack of values, I guess. Stack vector of tm expert, vector of expressions. What about ifs? Oh, that's because I pushed to stack, right? So if I do if, ooh, I have no idea how that's gonna work. In fact, that's not gonna work. That's what I'm gonna say. So I guess we're back to values. Value. And SSA value. Yeah. So now, how do we do this cleanly? And like, and nicely. So certain value, right? Value. Value. Mutable value optional. Access variable return value optional. Yes, something like that. Classical SSA thing. I mean, you could also do C of you could also try C of nodes approach, I guess. That would be useful. That would be interesting, actually. That's like not even the part I should be scared of, and I'm already stuck at it for like a few streams already. How did C of nodes look like? It used reference. It used a lot of references, didn't it? And so it's like control flow, identifiers, whatever. Well, I mean, I guess I could use a WASM for control flow graph. Use WASM style control flow graph. Because it's... Or I guess... well, I don't know. It's pretty hard. I need something where I could do operations on. Because I can't really just snap in a layer that would do conversions in there, can I? I mean, maybe I can, I know. Let's just try. So yeah, we'll go back to the old one. Infiltrate in impl mess signature. Well, I guess I can just do impl ob code gen. No, I don't need hash map. And yeah, this returns a value. I mean, a sea of nodes way of treating data is actually pretty nice. But I don't think I can convert it to C easily. Like, this is important part, but it's so hard. So hard to design. Also, I should be checking YouTube chat. Oh, YouTube chat has not been updated. Sorry. Hi, Prince Kumar. Welcome back. I can see you. It's just, first of all, I didn't have YouTube chat on my monitor, on my second monitor, And second of all, it doesn't update until I move my cursor over it. Yeah, I can see it. It's not Vim, I already said multiple times, it's Helix. An editor kind of like Vim, but not quite. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, should we do SSA or Sea of Nodes? Sea of Nodes could be backed. SSA could be also used. I'm pretty sure I've answered this question in front of you before. You wonder if Clipper is gonna show up? Who knows? Clippy and just Clippy in chat. What do you want? Some help? Anyway, so this is NixOS, which is a Linux distribution, which is like, it is pretty painful to use. You didn't hear? It's fine. Yeah, it is pretty painful to use, but it is nice on the other hand. So it's like, you trade traditional operating systems and like everything you can do with them. For example, package management, you can't do it normally, for declarative approach where you can write all your packages in a config file and they're gonna install automatically. If you want to delete a package, you just remove this line and rebuild the system. And it's like, it doesn't break and it is very reliable. I need far. Since when am I minute sodding? So yeah. Let's see. It's pretty painful. Hates Rust. Well, we're different in this regard, I guess. Oh, wait, that's still haven't tried Rust. You should. You definitely should. Rust is nice. Wait, incompatible? What? Oh, I didn't add the OB value. You love C. What have you been doing before C? I mean, C is a lovely language. High meta or on the YouTube side. C++. Okay, is that... I can't even say this makes sense. It's like that you like C after C++. C is nice. C is nicer than C++. But it's debatable, I guess. You did kind of backwards. I mean, I have used C++ and then I switched to Rust. My friend told me. Oh, yeah. You're trying to get into embedded systems. So... Do you read? I do read. I have chat on my second monitor. And hopefully I'm not gonna miss messages from YouTube. I'm sorry if I do. Twitch is more reliable. So you just use it if you really want me to read all your messages. But I am gonna try to not miss one. So yeah, embedded systems. I actually started with kind of embedded systems with Arduinos. And C++, I guess. Well, actually no, I started with Arduinos and Scratch. And I think a little bit of Python. There's like Scratch for Arduino, that's what I started with. And then I went into C++ and Arduino. And like, I was learning C++ and Arduino like fused together. So like, I knew that I could use... You're a beginner in coding? Oh, that's a difficult question. What is my advice for a beginner in coding? Depends on what you want to do. You started with Lua on Roblox, then moved on to other things. So you started with Lua and went on to C++. That is interesting. So you're a beginner in coding. What do you want to do? That's a question I need to ask in order to provide advice. Because it depends. Rust on Arduino is interesting. Well, I have ran Rust on an ESP32. So yeah, I normally use Arduino IDE because it's just no setup required. I just create a new project there. I just write in C++ and that's it. You do like applications and games. Ooh. Do you like game engines for desktop? Yeah, that also matters. Do you like game engines or do you not like game engines? I mean, how can I ask? You probably haven't tried. C++ for games. Kinda agree on that one. C++ is probably like dominating games. You can use C. Well, since you're a beginner in programming, maybe you should start with Python. Like, you use Godot 4. Learning G. Okay, that's a good. That's nice. Godot is nice. What you're seeing on screen. Let me just this is written with Godot. So this overlay with like bouncing thingies and whatever. Pygame is good for basic game dev without an engine. True. So like it depends if you want to use an engine or not. I don't like game engines, even though my overlay is written in Godot. I just like making games without one. You use your Godot? Yeah, I guess. So you've been using Godot. I don't know, you probably seen Brachis. Macroquad and Rust is very like Pygame. But you should not start your programming with Rust. You should not learn programming with Rust. I don't think so, at least. I mean, Rust has a pretty nice book, but I feel like it builds on top of the fact that you need to know programming. So I heard people advise people learn C++ by learning Rust. I don't know. I heard people advise using Python or C as their first language. You know some Python, you don't know you're learning Rust. Yeah, that's okay. How do you learn programming? Well, your main problem is like the point of programming. Fixing a problem, it just comes with experience. Your first language was Python. Well, makes sense. My first language was Scratch, obviously, if I can say that. But then I did kind of branch out, but I think C++ was my was the first language I actually kind of learned. Anyway, so how can you fix a problem? How can you do some kind of mechanic? Well, implementing mechanics is normally easier than fixing problems. So implementing mechanics or implementing like anything in programming, it comes with experience, but it's like easiest thing. You just look at somebody who does something, you just copy what they do, and you build like muscle memory with that. You build intuition that helps you solve problems with programming. Because programming is pretty straightforward, and it's very rare where I doubt how to implement something. Although in this case I have no idea how to design something, so yeah, that is a problem. In the case of my compiler which I'm writing. So yeah, but fixing problems or fixing bugs, logical issues, crashes, anything, pretty much the same as just... well, actually no, there are two main kinds of bugs, I guess. One's that your code is not right, and it's doing something you were not intending it to do, or your approach is not right. Which means what you wrote is not gonna work. For anything software engineering related, Python is good for scripts. Why do we not have Python as a scripting language then? In the scripting language tournament. Yeah, I guess I can kinda shut it out. So scripting language tournament is going for like 5 days already. That's kinda insane. Yeah, people submit scripting languages and do challenges with them. Well, at least that's what it's supposed to be. Anyway. Yeah, true. Fixing bugs ends up taking longer than making the program. Most of the time. Well, sometimes. If you want a job as a SD in some company, what should you know? I have no idea. I don't have a job as software development engineer in some company. Well, I kind of do. I am in TechSolver, but but like, I'm not. I can't really advise still, because I just know OS dev a little bit, and that's why I'm there. See, you just watched that Harry Davis saying difference between amateur and professional. They wrote their own compilers and decided to do that. So how's going? How's going? Is it hard? Writing compilers? It's not actually. It is a lot of work to get something, to get like a bit out. It's not that hard to write compilers. It is a bit of work. Just made the commit with Magit. What's Magit or Magit? Or Magit? Git? I don't know. Git thingy? Git client inside Emacs. Oh wow. Are you using Emacs now? Emacs now? So yeah, writing compilers is not that hard. In my case, it is hard because I'm designing something. I'm designing an interface, and that's like, I have no idea how to design it. I keep bouncing back and forth, which is bad. And yeah, that's why. Real difference between Emacs and NewVim. Well, see, Emacs and NewVim are very different. Rock is coded live and Emacs has a rock mode. What do you mean coded live? So the difference between Emacs and NewVim. Emacs is a style of life. It's an operating system, it's a web browser. Not really an operating system, but kinda. It's a desktop environment, it's an email client, it's a terminal. It is a Lisp emulator. But one thing it is not is a text editor. It's just missing a good text editor. That's all Emacs is missing. NewVim has plugins, but Emacs has everything except for a text editor. And NewVim only has a text editor. Oh wow, are we actually like, I saw that we are 98 subs on YouTube. Let's go. We're getting to 100. Yay. What is this language? Rust? It is Rust. You know, in C++, can you make a compiler on it? Obviously, you can make a compiler on anything. In any language, including esoteric ones. In his own program, yeah. Well, Terry Davis was a bit... which is a theme? What is it? This is Grovebox, if you mean colors. So yeah. I'm kinda lost. If it makes sense, let's see what this is. Also, I could just click the link. Oh my god, what is this? So you mean like an IDE? So you mean like rock? I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm gonna say rock. So you're saying rock is basically an IDE that like tightly integrates text editing and evaluation. And Emacs has a mode for it, which basically turns Emacs into this, but Emacs, obviously. In his own programming language. Well, yeah, but to be honest, most of the compilers are written in the languages they compile. Which makes sense, it's called self-hosting. And like, Rust was initially written in OCaml, Rust compiler, but then rewritten in Rust because, well, obviously you would like that, you would want that. So yeah, so that's pretty obvious, but yeah, Terry Davis did quite a lot. Are pending proofs and goals. Top left. Where is top left? I see buttons, I see text. Yeah, I guess that. Is it NewVim? It's very hard to operate. You're trying to switch from Visual Studio to NewVim. Oh yeah, that's... So first of all, it's not NewVim. I have used NewVim. I liked NewVim, but I switched to Helix. Second of all, yes, it's hard to switch from Visual Studio or Visual Studio Code or like any regular text editor to a model text editor like NewVim, Vim, or Helix, or Cocoon. which is like similar to Helix. VS Code has great support. That's interesting. So yeah, VS Code also has a model editor plugin you can use if you are used to VS Code, but I don't think it's gonna help you much. So you're probably better off using NeoVim or Vim. Like, matters only. Only thing that matters is if you want to configure it or not. But the point is, it's pretty hard to switch to model editors, and I had a hard time. Although Helix was technically my first. So you just need to push through. If you don't want to learn Lua, start with Helix. NeoVim is so weird. Well, they have different keybinds. Oh, and yeah, Helix keybinds make more sense, so I guess you could have started with that. But on the other hand, Vim keybinds or NeoVim keybinds are everywhere. Anyway, where am I from? And how do I learn Rust? Is it a good language? I am too young. I am too young, indeed. Well, I mean too young. Can you really say too young? Too young for what? Well, yeah, Vim keybinds are worth knowing, but I don't really know Vim keybinds anymore because I haven't used Vim in a long time. The compiler thing, where did I learn this? I need to like put up a plan. If anyone asks me about something about me or how I learned programming or how I learned compilers or how I learned Rust or how I learned anything, I need to like have a few plans to answer this, because frequently asked questions indeed. Because those are actually very frequently asked. So I'm from Belarus. I am pretty young, 16 years old. I spent about 6 years at this point learning programming. I can't really say for sure, but so I started with text-based languages, which means I started using non-Scratch languages in 2019. Like probably April to May. I started using JavaScript first because that was the language Microbit was programmed in. If you like avoid blocks, and then like C++ because Arduino. Anyway, that's a very long story. So Rust versus C++, I'm not gonna be able to answer this question, sorry. It's just, they are different languages. Rust is safe. Everyone says that, but like, what I really mean by Rust is safe is you don't get as many errors in Rust. So if it compiles, it probably runs, it probably works. It might not work like logically, but it probably does just. Yeah. C++ has a lot of safety features. I know, but I spent, so basically from 2019, from like start of the summer 2019, I've been learning C++, and I've been using it up until this day, including this day. It's up to me, I guess. And like, the longer you use C or C++, the more you get to it, the more you learn to avoid mistakes. And sometimes Rust might limit you, but it's like, it's still easy. You like errors to make your code good. Like, point is, you don't. Well, Rust is pretty much as flexible. It just Rust is different design. And like, the way you write Rust code is not the same way you write C++ code or C code, because in Rust you don't make long pointers. Rust has pitfalls of its own. Well, Rust is pretty hard to write though. It is pretty hard to learn, especially if you know C++ and if you're good at C++ and if you don't want to give up your ideals. But it is worth learning because it changes your mind, it changes you and the way you think about programming. Because now when you learn Rust, you stop being bound by pointers. You stop making long pointers. You're not gonna describe me. Well, too late. So yeah, is it worth learning Rust? I don't know. Like, I like Rust. It depends on the application. Because to be honest, I like C++ more for game development than Rust, even though I still do most of my games in Rust. But for like CLI tools, Rust is probably nicer because even like tooling in Rust is nicer. Rust has a built-in package manager. And yeah, it does have some NPM-like problems, but still. I know C++, I know C, I know a lot of languages, honestly. So like so yeah, I spent like a lot of time learning C++. I only started using Rust about 2 or 3 years ago. Because of friend, obviously. So yeah, I know C++, and I have used C++ and loved C++ before I started using Rust. I don't know Scala, indeed. I know Java though. I know Java, I know C++ and C, I know Rust, I know Python. I guess I can say I know a little bit. Have I tried Jai? Jai is still closed, isn't it? And um actually, is there access to Jai in Indian Actor? No, I haven't tried Elixir, but I have. So I have seen some Elixir code recently. Devnia showed some, um, and yeah, I don't really understand it. Jai, on the other hand, looks nice. Your real aim is learning C++ for game dev. You're just master by basics with these compiler things. Look at Ostraja. What is this? I think Jai is released. Or is it? It might have been released recently. Jai community. Because Jai looks pretty nice. I haven't used it, but it looks pretty nice. So yeah. Jai is a programming language which is nice for game development, I guess. Okay, I have no idea what this is. Might as well try Odin. What is this? Ostrov Java. So now Ostrov Java. You mean this? Ostrov Java. And translate that. Yeah, it seems this. Do I have actually... I do have a translator. No, it added spaces. Am I? Ostrov Java aims to raise the quality of not only Ostrava programming, like Java. This is based directly on the spoken language. Something that ordinary people understand. Well, I don't. I mean, typical miner from Ostrava will have no problem switching from coal mining to a keyboard. Wait, what? I don't think it will translate code blocks. The language solves the problem of unemployment. That is interesting. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to read that. Che. How do you pronounce it in English? I'm just gonna say Che. Che. Whatever. Town, and joke is that they mine coal. And like, and they now have a programming language just like Java, but with words in a different language. Whatever. Anyway. Pronunciation is Czech. Actually, yeah, right. This is Java. Anyway. Anyway. See you. Study yourself. Let's see what I can do with this. Declare function. Yes, for now this is gonna be that. Use value. Value. Expected use size. Font value. Method new label. Not a member. Oh wait, right. It isn't. Jump. All of the branching ones are not. Right now, let's see. So we have constants. That's before variables not yet done. Return value map value self use value. Oh, and because it takes use size. Because it's the only thing that uses values right now. Value as underscore. So, oh, value to 0, right? No, does this run? I don't know if it runs. No, it doesn't. Array defs, because we changed it. Because this is just code gen now. Yeah, I keep swapping the names. There's really no point in it. No code gen mode res. CG colon. Wait, CG colon. Just replace it by code gen. And yeah, I'm still not using. I am using percentage sign now, but I'm not using select anymore. Well, I'm just not using select. Okay, so jump. Yeah, that's conditional. I'm just gonna to do it. No, or actually leave it as never. For now, temporary. So how am I gonna route values? Because we could do slots. Oh, it's gonna be difficult. Hi, Jacob. See who? I don't know if I pronounced your name correctly. On the YouTube side, obviously. What do we do? This is not used. Yeah. So how do we do this? I do need to allocate a slot, kind of. I guess I could use stack, but yeah, I don't really want to. I'm making a transpiler from Rust to C technically right now. So here's the Rust code, here's the C code. Pretty simple. That's it. So let's just step off WASM for now. Conditionals. How are we gonna do those? Can I just make a variable? Can I just make a slot? So if I do if C, then X, else 0, for example. So I need to make a slot and then put the values there. Oh, and that's like, yeah, that was why. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna be doing this. How would C of nodes handle it? C of... Actually, I have a paper, don't I? Somewhere on my computer. Okay, Fleet Dark. Let me just open it. Yeah, I kept it. Yay. I kept that paper. I'm not reading papers much, but sometimes I do. Like, in 2019, back when I started programming, I would never think I would read papers. They were like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to. This is like too boring. 2 years later, I was surprised by the fact that I could just read the datasheet for Atmega 328p and figure out registers and stuff to send bits to, and now I'm just reading papers and books about compilers, whatever. So this team, right? Oops. Although I am gonna spend a little bit of time in Firefox, just looking at this paper. In degree, out degree. So this is C of nodes, right? Oh wait, no, this is reduction of control flow graphs. I mean, I would like a paper like that for C of nodes IR. Kinda. TypeScript had dropped out of tournament. Oh, that's sad. I guess it is just two languages after all. Yeah, I just opened Discord on my second monitor. The new messages. Well, I mean, Bash, I know. Badcop has not responded yet. So yeah. To be fair, she probably has a lot of other things to do. I can't find a smiley face that fits. I was gonna say... I don't know how to respond. What about AI? I can use AI for help. How long coding? 6 years. About 6 years. Actually, to be fair, I am programming for more than 6 years. It's just I've been using Scratch, and it is the fact that I had like approximately a lot. So like, the time I learned about what is it called? How do you... Oh my god, how do you say it in English? Base 16, base 64, all of that, what is it? Base 8, base 10, radixes, radices, I don't know. So yeah, I have learned bases, different bases, about when I started using Scratch, which was approximately at this point 10 years ago, which is insane. Well, okay, no, let's just... I probably haven't started like in 1st grade, but well, yeah, I am going to 11th grade this year, so approximately 10 years ago. So probably like actually 9 years ago, because yeah, I can cut off 1 year just for the just because I don't know if I can count it. Anyway, AI is useful, but yeah, it's useful. It's not replacing me. It's not gonna write all my code, especially So, I mean, I can use AI to write a whole file, a whole like 500 lines file if I'm writing a software renderer again, because I have written many, and AI has been trained on many, and it's just your standard algorithms. They're simple. It can write Rust, and I guess I can prove it to you. I can literally open DeepSeek on stream. I don't know. Write a Rust program to what? Any example? Anything? Because like AI solved Olympiads now, and it's pretty competitive. So it can write a lot. It does. Not after the second, no, not that drastically, but it does hallucinate a lot. But to be honest, for my workflow, it's not very annoying because, well, I'm not relying on it to do anything. I'm relying on it to give me information, which I should verify, but sometimes I'm too lazy to do this. So, and as an example, write an AI program to write a Rust program to. Helix doesn't have plugin support yet. Technically, I'm not sure though. Give me an example task for it. I know. Let's do ran actually, I'm not gonna be able to IGUI. I guess we could using IGUI to what's the task itself like? What should we give it? Something relatively simpler. Cookie Clicker was a graphics library with a UI graphics library with a UI library. Okay, make a Cookie Clicker, a simple Cookie Clicker like game in Rust using IGUI. I know it doesn't make sense to use IGUI for games, even for this one. So yeah, it's probably gonna cut off all the features except for, well, clicking, which makes sense. I mean, who knows? So yeah, DeepSync, I don't know. I have been using it. I haven't been using AI much though. I have been using AI mostly for searching something. I guess it can. ChatGPT can't write IGUI. No way it can't. Oh, and use of emojis in AI is insane. I have been using emojis for my stream titles before AI. Way before AI. Well, actually, have I been streaming before AI? I'm not sure. But yeah, AI is using emojis lately. And by lately, I mean past 3 years about that. And I think it actually impacts people to use emojis. So yeah, it says cargo tonal changes. This looks fair. This looks like it's gonna work. Well, yeah. Well, yeah, emojis and logs and git commits are not something, but for titles, for actual user-facing text, emojis can be useful. Can be nice. So for my stream titles, for example, I literally have an emoji in my stream title, and for messages and wherever. But I'm not using them much, at least as much as AI does. In GitHub README, well, in GitHub README, a lot of things you can put there, and a lot of things are pretty nice. Anyway, so this looks, it is kind of weird, true. But CLI has been, TUI, Terminal User Interface, has been using Unicode characters so much that you should not be surprised by use of emojis. But for some reason we are. Anyway, so this looks fair. This looks like it's gonna work. To be honest, I don't think AI can. Do you really want me to? I'm too lazy. So yeah, AI often does not get it right for like big programs, but it is very easy to fix most of the time. If you really want me to, I can. I haven't used tabsyncs here. Cargo new clicker. I don't know. And stream that. Oh no, wait, what? No! No, what do you mean? It isn't. Okay, so here it is, then, well, yeah, instead of cargo, I'm literally gonna copy, I'm literally gonna copy, the cargo toml it gave me, just to be fair, and then cargo run. I don't think it's gonna run on my system because, well, yeah, because packages, because GUI library is required. I at least need lib Wayland or something to run Rust apps. But if it compiles, I'm pretty sure it's gonna work. Yeah, that's Rust after all. Will happen after cargo run. Ah, actually true. Well, no, it doesn't. It is holding up pretty well. See, I'm not a fan of doing this though. Even though AI can write a lot of code, and in this case, that's Rust, excuse me. That's just Rust. And my laptop. My poor little laptop. So in this case, when I know this code, I could very well write it myself. And what it generated, I can like look at it and see that it looks pretty fine. So it's rare that I hit cases like this, but for writing a lot of boilerplate code or something that has been done before a lot, AI can be very useful, I guess. People also say tests, but well, I don't write tests, and I don't write much code that's like this. I just don't. When it's boilerplate, I just copy from my older projects. Back when AI wasn't a thing. AI is useful for research for me. I mostly use it for like searching stuff. Or like, I don't know. I can't even give an example. So if I want to search for something and I don't want to Google, or I want to summarize a lot of things, then it's useful. Learning stuff, it is very useful. Do I only know Rust? No, I don't. I do know Rust. I do know C and C++, Java, and a lot of other languages. It's compiling so long because that's Rust, and IGUI is also using a lot of libraries, and it's not gonna run either because I'm on NixOS. It's probably not gonna run without the Nix Flake or something. Hello World being compiled right now. Well, it's not Hello World. It is, to be fair, it is a graphical application with like a lot of stuff. OpenGL support. Very talented, thank you. So my specs. Okay, this stream went far from whatever it was supposed to be. Let me just. Actually, I can do this fast fetch here. Here are my specs. You can pause the stream and read them. Actually, I don't think you can really pause the stream. So what is this? Display. I have 2 monitors now. Yeah, right. VM cursor, whatever. By the way, I decided to try this future cursor theme. Before I was using Bibata Modernize, and it's pretty nice. Ryzen 5, 2.1 gigahertz. Actually, that's so low. Now that I think about it, my mom's computer is about the same, but it's Pentium, or no, it's AMD Athlon actually. It has the same amount of gigahertz. One day someone will make NixOS easier to use and then people will fork it to continue torturing themselves. I'm gonna do this, don't worry. So yeah, NVIDIA graphics card, Radeon Vega graphics card, whatever. What makes it hard to use? Well, the fact that... Okay, so yeah, 6 gigs of RAM about, and that's it. Anyway. Okay, so this is... I'm pretty sure this is a version issue. Look at memory. Yeah, I don't have much RAM. So yeah, this is fine. Let's just delete it. So it does make mistakes like that, but they can be corrected. I'm too lazy to search for initial window size. You can get AI to correct itself, but it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. It's like, it's much faster. No, I don't have to recompile the whole thing. Only the clicker package. Nothing works. But NixOS does not break. I can break any other system, but not NixOS. Oh, actually, I did break NixOS a couple of times. Okay, and see, this is why NixOS is hard. Because stuff doesn't run. I don't have Wayland installed. So I have to do Nix shell or something. Debian is stable. I like NixOS. Have I ever gotten Python to 6 fault? That's a real stress test. Well, you know... That's, anyway. So yeah, if I try Nix packages, I actually don't know libwayland or something. I don't remember. I haven't set up a flake with Wayland in a while, and I don't think this is gonna work either. So if I do this, might work. Cargo run. Yeah, that's... Can I just not do this? Can we just ignore it? I don't know. I mean, I guess I can also try with Raylib. With Raylib package in scope, I don't know. Can I just not worry about trying to get libwayland? I think we'll... Can we just agree that AI can write a lot of code and it kind of works? It can make small mistakes. And especially with Rust, like, you need... So especially with Rust, when packages change often and quickly. Oh, that's a thing. To be fair, I did use a version provided. Debian is useful for each person. Any sort of dev. Well, actually, I don't know. For some reason I just don't like Debian, and I'm never using it. What can start Rust? Well, yeah, NixOS actually has one of the biggest package repositories because it includes all the Python, OCaml, Haskell, and like a lot of other packages for no reason. Well, yeah, actually, Debian is behind. And to be fair, I am installing Rust from Rustup, but I could use Rust flakes. But I just have Rust as Rustup. Anyway, let's just get back to this. So how do we make it? How do we do this? Use Arch. Arch, by the way. Well, NixOS is a new, by the way. That's why we use it. Well, the thing is, I used Arch. And Arch was, well, Manjaro, which is Arch-based Linux distro, was the first distro I ever used, excluding Ubuntu and Raspbian. But like, I kept breaking it because I had, not only I had, what was it called? AUR, a lot of packages from AUR. Benz. Just did it install 2 days ago. See, welcome back, Penguin Operator. I have used a lot of packages from AUR, And I have ran pacman-syyyuu a lot of times, and I'm pretty sure one of those letters doesn't have to be double. Because like force doing it is nonsense. I'm pretty sure Y doesn't need to be double. Oh, that's true. For me at least. I love this Hoppen. Also, I might have watched this video. Not only at the beginning. You can stick to one distro and then after just 2 years decide to hop again. Fun2. What? Your Ubuntu keeps crashing. Oh, that's sad. So the crashes, you just stick to some. I mean, I stick to Nix. Nice. But to be honest, I kinda do want to kinda wanna make my own as always. Anyway. So let's see what I can do. Fun2 has been discontinued. I liked Manjaro. Well, they are all Debian based. And I like PopOS, I guess. PopOS and Mint are actually nice. Well, I mean, no, I didn't like PopOS because I have used it for 2 days. And then it broke because of my hardware. Whatever. A gaming distro which like was supposed to support a lot of hardware breaks on my hardware. I'm pretty sure it was graphics card issues or something. Well, yeah. Anyway. Actually, have anyone? Hey, you're. You can make do with any Linux distro. Fair. Like we're all talking about Linux distros. Nobody mentioned Fedora, which I have used Fedora for about a month or two. It even appears in my one of my New Year videos, with a hole in the icon because I haven't filled it, and it was too late when I noticed. And it is kinda up to date, and it is kinda stable, and it is actually pretty nice. It is a C Linux and stuff. I'm pretty sure Rachel, whatever. But it is actually pretty nice. I have literally installed Fedora yesterday on my mom's computer, which she doesn't want to use because she doesn't want to use Linux. She wants to stay with her Windows 7 with cutout features and never upgrade to anything. Do you know why submarines run on Linux? Because you can't open Windows underwater. When you use Fedora, you didn't know about Window Manager's desktop environment, so you were using GNOME. Was too bloated, but you still made do. I mean, you think you tried Fedora once but switched out of it the same day? Fair enough, I guess. Okay, so how do I make it? How do we make it work? Oh, you can see I've been quickly prototyping challenges here. Anyway, you think of playing 7 of you think you just like the pain of 7 reinstalls? Oh my god, that took way. You think you tried Fedora once, but you switched out of it the same day, kind of like I did with PopOS. You think you just like the pain of 7 installs in a day with Arch? I did. Use Windows because MT7. Oh yeah, you mentioned that already. 902. You switch from Windows to Linux. Why is your system usage still so much? Good one. Well, yeah, I kinda also asked myself a few times. Because I installed Fedora on my mom's computer and it is pretty slow. Even with Cinnamon, it is barely useful. So Windows 7 is actually pretty fast, apparently. Well, I mean, sure. Windows 7 was supposed to be pretty fast. You literally wrote 2 emails to MediaTek employees to make the driver. Well, they're not gonna respond to you. Use Windows because you're lazy. When you installed Void and DWM, it was like 200 megabytes idle usage. Ooh, I want that. I do kind of want to build my own distro. So either take an existing package manager or my own, or like a fusion. So something like, imagine just fetching packages from Arch package repos or whatever Nix packages, and just unpacking them manually, installing them manually. You've seen Linux from scratch. Well, there's also Linux from Nothing, which is a video series by I don't even remember who. I don't remember what their name was. So yeah, you can Google it. You can search it on YouTube. It is pretty nice. It's like Linux from scratch, but faster. You progress much faster with it. So yeah, imagine just building a distro by downloading packages from the web, from like any operating system, and unpacking them manually, and that gets you a distro. You can do that. But I kind of want to do a package manager myself first. Anyway, in the beginning, asterisk. CFJ plus SSA. I was actually going to read this. I forgot about it. Got just so sidetracked. To make OS and Rust on bare metal without assembly. I guess. Temple was 2. Well, without assembly, I'm not actually sure if you can do it without assembly completely. Or at least get something great. You probably will want to use assembly. Or you can just use a crate. A pre-made crate that hides all the loading stuff for you. Like a bootloader. That's exactly what you need assembly for. And that's basically it. Other than that, you just would do assembly inserts or inline assembly in code just to like do some stuff. But there are many Rust libraries which do both the first step and the second step. So x86 or x86-64 are the two, I'm pretty sure, libraries which just abstract all the bare metal details. And yeah, bootloader crate also exists. Anyway, PHI, yeah. Compound values also I can't select, unfortunately. They were okay. What is this? We call the store, the start node, and the projection store node produce the initial store. Load nodes take in a store and an address and produce a new value. Store nodes take in a store and an address and value and a value and produce a new store. PHI nodes merge the store like other values. Interesting. Well, see, Nigel, I didn't. What I did is I just ran opam env after this command, copied it all, converted to Exonge variant, run dune build, and it just worked. Maybe I didn't even have to convert environment variables. Maybe it would have just worked. So I just ignored the error basically. Because opam install still installed the packages. It just errored after that. We're gonna watch Wednesday. Yeah. See you, I guess. Okay, so that is interesting. Anti-dependency is a two-edged sword. Stores we allow load nodes to reorder. So it's remember like a type of unique machine register with infinite spill. Whatever. Mem-mapped IO. Example, volatile in C++. So yeah, control flow graph is gonna be different. It's treated like memory, except that both read and write nodes produce a new IO state. Sector dependence reads produce a new IO state, while loads do not produce a new store, whatever. Completely serializes IO. Programming that IO state is required, however the store is not. The memory mapped IO requires a subroutine call, whatever. What am I even reading? Fast allocation. What is this? You just put a page with like random snippet of code in there. Anyway. Yeah, this is not very helpful. Oh, I'm right, it's working. Hey. Clonk was writing some kind of compiler on stream? Wait. What? I have not seen... For now, this of almost 3k viewers, that's insane. I have not watched their streams for a while. He was on the front page of Twitch. Makes sense. Like, knock knock. Anybody? Their streams are normally pretty chaotic. 3k is like third of their subscribers, of their followers. That's insane. Okay, so this one, last one, 21 hours ago. Either with friends, certain moments will start. Okay, so those stream titles are never helping me determine whatever is happening on the stream. What is it, Lisp? Well, isn't that what this stream is about? I just literally sat down to write some code, and we just went a whole rabbit hole of Linux distros, AI, and whatnot. That's how streams go. That's how good streams go. It's like most of the time you don't do work on streams because chat is disturbing you, and that's the whole point. Because you're talking. Well, they're actually doing something. Anyway, like you get like hide them. Yeah, a lot of people have streams like that. But to be fair, yeah, that happens. Streams at least 2% coding. Maybe. So just count the amount of times I say anyways or anyway, and you'll figure out how many times I'm trying to get back and just get sidetracked again. So how are we gonna do this? Most things use PHI. See, I don't really want to use PHIs. I want to use a slot. How do I make a slot? A slot is kind of like a variable, so it's gonna return a symbol. Let's just do create a slot. An anonymous variable. So I'm gonna return a symbol. Still must be, actually, must be defined using self-define variable. Okay, that doesn't work. Let's do Cogent instead. This does work. So new slot. Let's see cgen Cogent. So here we create this. So that's basically, I can basically just copy that. Wait, I'm never increasing self on next value ID, which is off. New slot. It doesn't implement. Yay. Okay, so new slot. Let's just put this in here. Can't find type symbol, OB symbol. I don't know. Better API. Like API is the thing I need to finalize. I need to figure out, and I just can't. So I kind of did for control flow. I can't figure it out for literally anything else. Symbol to string, symbol to FFI. Yeah, let's symbol be new slot. Use will be Cogent as underscore. So we add that, pretty simple. Now, let's create a type. Let's slot equals self Cogent. Yeah, it's gonna change definitely. But as a proof of concept is good enough. Type and slot. By the way, I should have mentioned the stream is probably gonna be pretty short because I started late. And also my stream schedule is probably gonna be a little worse than last week. Because yeah, year is starting. September is soon and I already have things to do. Devinino is third. Yay. We've claimed third after 1 hour and 37 minutes. But we are claiming first too pretty often. Oh, also, I completely forgot I was going to change some stuff about redeems. Where is it? Oh, that's this again. Twitch fix it. I can't open the page properly. Okay, let's see. Analytics, no. Where's this? No, this content. Oh, here, no. Oh, view rewards. Power ups and channel points. Here. Oops. Manage. Also, I feel like something important is my clipboard. No, that's not important. Actually, I can probably do this. So now, first hydrate. Okay, let's go. Whatever. Plushable. I'm gonna keep plushable. I'm never getting rid of it, even though it is not getting redeemed at all. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm the only one. Okay, actually no, we had one singular redeem by a person who didn't even know what this means and just wanted to see. So I'm keeping storytime chess.com loyalty. I'm getting rid of this one. PCI, Clash of Code. I think that's all good actually. Even though other ones are not getting redeemed as much. For example, storytime is pretty rare. I think I'm gonna keep all of those. And yeah, editor changes are not coming back yet. Although I might at some point. April Fool's stream, probably. We'll get editor change. So yeah, build condition. So then I'm gonna create ty equals ty. Is this ty? This ty does convert. Is it void though? Void or never, or unit or never, I guess. So I need self-expression type. You finish. Oh, scared. I'm scared of it. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna get rid of this. Especially by the fact that you said, oh wow. Variable. So we'll define variable. Slot. Type is gonna be super types convert. Convert self code gen pts ty mutable for no true value none uninitialized. So let ty. So let's create this. Let's move condition later actually. So create type. Then I'm gonna match it I guess. Actually I need kind. Internal. Pretty sure I can just do this, right? Wait, no. How did I do this? Right, ty, right. This was supposed to be ty. And if it matches, what was it? Oh my god, where are the files? So this ADT associated type, ty, where did ty kind come from? Oh, ty. Array ty kind. So we need what? We need either unit, which is a tuple, which is an empty tuple. or never, or it is never. So instead I'm gonna do matches this to this. Let no value. The none else sum of new slot so let slot be the new slot, then we just do this, we define it as well. Where is it borrowed? Wait, what? Oh, immutable borrow later used here. Oh, wow. Oh, that's pretty annoying. Well, I guess I can just do self expert UI ID. I guess I can just call it again. Not a big deal. Since all of it is like interned. Wait, not interned, but doesn't matter. So slot, new slot. You create a new slot. That's gonna change how it looks probably. Then we build condition, and then we need a conditional itself. Cgen or actually backend. So this is the part that's not gonna change, right? If statement. So fn branch. Or actually, I guess I'm gonna make it if. So mute self. So for the control flow, fn end mute self. And current control flow construct. So it's gonna be a little bit of C style. If and so if condition is value, and this starts the then block. Till we start then block. So yeah, something like that. Now, what do we do here? Condition, whatever. So new label, wait, no. Oh, and this also returns a label, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. Ah, too lazy. So we just do self cogen. Oh, that's like, what's the weather outside? So keep checking YouTube. Hopefully I'm not gonna miss messages. So we'll generate if construct with condition and so we will need stack for this. And then we're gonna do self, then wait, actually self build exper, then branch. Actually, you know what, I'm gonna match it. Never. So value never. It's false, and this. So if this returns a value, then oh yeah, then I'm gonna return it, or actually assign it to the slot. So oh wait, actually we don't have stuff for that yet. We need to redesign it a little bit. Like, okay, I'm pretty sure control flow system is pretty good, but values not so well. Like, still, should I keep this, or should I just do it differently and instead use a stack-based approach or something? Because I could just use a stack-based approach, and this would eliminate need for variables. But there are catches. Can I create a stash? Let me just, if it runs, I can commit. No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. Actually, no, it does. My commit's gonna be called backup. Also, last commit was not pushed. I forgot to push it, apparently. So yeah, value system, it's just different. It's just different. Self PTS, symbol. Parameter symbol. Yeah, I do. But I don't wanna use it. Like, I don't know why, but I just don't want to. Kinda feel like if it still lives on my computer, nah. But at the same time, I'm not pushing those commits. I don't know, I'm just weird. I need to be ready for pushing them. So I kinda wanna push my stash. And yeah, if I do succeed, well, I know, exactly. That's why I feel like I am acting weird. But if I do succeed, I am gonna forget to delete the stash, which is also gonna bug me. So yeah, that's why I commit. Another reason, I guess. Does the server actually exist? Which server? Oh, this server. Okay, sorry. Read the IP again. What does the IP address say? If you're talking about the server I think you're talking about, then IPv5, one of values of which is almost 1,000, probably does exist. Anyway. Technically, I'm pretty sure IPv5 did exist. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have seen a video about it recently-ish. Anyway. Sorry, I had to make story work somehow. Uh, do you know what I got when I did this challenge back in Olympiad, which I almost stole it from? I got a scene from a movie. Yeah, you should, because there is no way to determine it, to determine if you're done. So you just should hard code it, or you can pass it as a CLI argument, but who cares? Up to you. Um. So yeah, that's why I didn't post my code yet. I just wanted to test your first to make sure you did actually get it, and apparently you didn't. Anyway, also do remember that this challenge has number of tokens. So you should check number of tokens. Okay, so if I do this and actually should I create variables and then so I'm gonna change it to declare and then fn assign variable. Actually, doesn't make sense because I do need default value. Some value is boolean. Doesn't make sense. It doesn't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about stack stuff. I don't like stack idea of the stack. I don't like the idea of values either though. Kinda. Well, idea of values is fine, but there's more to it. There is just more to it. Because values can be void and stuff. Like that. Anyway. Primitive type source, whatever. What if I actually make it possible to make values void and never? And similar. So instead of all of this, I'm just gonna create unit value as void fn unit. So this is just a unit value, and then you have like those values. Never is not gonna be a value. Or is it? I don't know. Need to do that. Need to experiment with it and work with it. So yeah, because I kind of want to get rid of this value thing. I don't want the unit value though. I don't know what I want. See, I don't like slots. I don't like variables. That's what I don't like. How does CreenLeaf do this? Cause like values are alright, I guess. Yeah, values are alright. No value slot, whatever condition. Hmm. Oh yeah. I was thinking, how can we do this and make it look clean as well? Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We could. See, I wanted to look it up in CraneLift. Is it called General, right? Did they mention it in the script? No. What? My theme song? 1 hour, 14 minutes, and 27 seconds? How is that my theme song? Or were you talking about what I was saying? Oh, it's the most played song. Well, it's just 12 hours of copyright-free music. And it's just at 10% mark. It just exists. And it might be pretty long, I don't know though. Because if it does, then... If it is, then makes sense. It just takes a lot of time. So it kinda appears often. Kinda makes an illusion that it appears often. CFG printer utility, what? Okay, so what do I need? What do we need? Memorable. Fair enough. This is probably what we need. Actually, no. Context is what we need, right? So where's the variable part? Crane lift SSA values. Stream notes, wait, what? Oh, is this guy's streamer? Other language frontend, crane lift AR raster, C crane lift AR, crane lift optimizer, backend codegen. Interesting. Instructions and function body value. I have been to their stream a couple of times. They were building a Rust alternative to TSL, basically. That's how I describe it. And TSL is 3JS shading language. So, kind of like a node graph shaders, but you write them in code. I'm pretty sure that's kind of it. Well, at least that's what they were doing when I tuned in most of the time. And also they have fancy ligatures. That's another thing. And I'm pretty sure custom uses code extension to render them. So, oh, crane lift front, and that's what I need, isn't it? SA building API. Ultra fancy. Shame. That's a shame, you know. It's such a shame. The can't they use it? It's those bricks. What? Why? Whatever. Pipeline function code gen. You hate it. Well, always the worst time. Oh, sorry. I made it 3 minutes per hour, which should disable pre-rolls. So they run as rare as possible. That's what I'm doing. And I hope nobody's getting 3 minutes complete 3 minutes ads. Also, I feel like YouTube I might be missing on YouTube messages. If it is true, then well, sorry. That means YouTube is bad. Because YouTube doesn't show me any changes even if I hover over it. Oh yeah, no, nothing. It's fine. So yeah. Shame. Such a shame that you've got it's the worst time. I don't. It's such a shame that you have ads. Anyway, so yeah, I made the ads 3 minutes per hour so that they're as rare as possible. Theoretically I can disable ads automatic ads, but then it's gonna run pre-rolls, and I have no idea how pre-rolls work. People say pre-rolls are bad, so yeah. Kavino says, I don't care, I can't get my revenue out. And ads is not main thing. Like, well, I mean, for me it is, but point is that ads should not be main source of revenue. And I saw a guy who actually experimented with it and got less revenue running, what was it, 3-minute ads every 20 minutes or something. They got like $100 per month on ads solely, but their overall revenue went pretty far down because, well, people don't like when they have ads. Anyway, um, Rust hype system. See a shame. Such a shame. Anyway, let me see the front end. Hey, where is it? Where are docs? Here. That's better. Ooh, what was that? That's local variables, right? Declare var. See, we declare them and then we define them. Right. Right. And you can like pass optional names. Should I actually use names or should I not? Should I keep symbols? I mean, symbols are pretty useful, but at the same time, like slots are so useful as well. So this actually makes sense. Because this just generates a unique ID. So variables, define variables. Yeah, let's just add assign variable. Mute self. Oh, also I wanted to check how Crane does stack slots. Create size stack slot. So yeah, and data. I wonder what data is. Kind, size, and align. Size is just 32. Kind is explicit slot and dynamic slot. For dynamic vector types, this is for chunk of stack memory for use by dynamic stack load and dynamic stack store. Okay, that's interesting. So where is it? Oh, here. Stack. So let's return the stack slot. Opaque reference to stack slot. I should also say opaque reference in my code base because it makes sense now. So yeah, stack address, stack load, stack address, stack load, stack store. Here. Memory, stack slot, offset. Urine Baker works. Let's go. So what did you see? What did you see?
Okay, let's go.
When you you can barely see the hype guy here. They exist. It exists. It's just barely visible. Actually, I should actually add outlines to emojis. Emotes. So it's actually that would make much sense. A lot of sense. Let me just add it to my to-do list. On Orco. Wait, on Chatry. My Chatry to-do list is 12 items out of 23 complete. It's just so big. Outline on emotes. I should do it at some point. It includes like switching runtime to Wayland. Because it's useful. Actually, true. Devni, yeah, you can pick it up. Assuming JRNG is okay with that. Actually, I don't know if I should still call them JRNG because they change their usernames so often. Or like maybe not so often, but a couple of times. Yeah. You will have to speedrun 2 tasks though, and one of them is let's just say not easy. First one is not easy. You're good. So we do have 2.5 contestants now. This says mem type. So yeah, I was going to kind of wanna know how stack load. Oh, mem. Why is it called mem? I was like thinking about. So you supply an offset, but where do you supply the size, or at least a type? Here it is apparently. So that's how you do. That's how you do values. That's how you do whatever. Structs. Assign value, name symbol, value. Value to variable. Surf, English surf dash surfen to be allowed a spoiler right. Survive. Oh my god, wait, what? Are you allowed a spoiler right? I guess. If only I knew what that meant, but if it is what I suspect it is, or like pretty much anything out of all the possibilities that I suspect it is, then yes. I guess. I guess. This is a construction form German. From German. Form German. Whatever. Write a spoiler. Well, you can. Could I start next stream with Latin? Salvete, that's actually the I really don't know how to continue. I know very little Latin words, but I do know some. By the way, when did we get to 146 followers on Twitch? We're pretty close to hitting that goal. More than 75% through. And we did hit 100 followers on YouTube, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, celebrate. Here. So yeah, assign values. Oops, cgen. I actually am not ready for the third challenge, by the way. For the third one. Because I don't even have, I'm not even sure what I'm gonna do. I have one idea in mind, but I think I'm gonna leave it for a little later. And I need a lot of preparation for it, which I don't have time to because it was supposed to go out of for yeah, you're right. Did you already try to SSH into the IP like Nigel did? I mean, Nigel didn't try, but he asked if that's a real computer, a real server. So yeah, I need to upload the next challenge tomorrow at 12 p.m. my time, which I don't have time to make it. You did. Oh, sorry. I made it obvious with numbers. There's one number that's close to 1000, and it's IPv5. To be honest, I should have made a server. I should have made a server there. Watch out, you gave me an idea for the next challenge. But yeah, I need to prepare apparently. Wait, iteration. I just noticed you wrote iteration. You got distracted by last number, which looked 4 digits, and was like, ah, that's actually the last IP plus port number. Wait, what? Wait, what? Whatever. So yeah, I would just look at it right now, but I don't want to show it on stream. I do have an original image. 1676. Oh. By the way, 76 is one of my favorite numbers. I don't know if you knew. But yeah. It all started with System 76, and then I matched it to a lot of other variables which where 76 just appears in my life. which there are two completely unrelated coincidences. Which I noticed before, but 76 became one of my favorite numbers after that. Anyway, so what do we have here? Oh, we have this thing, which is not implemented yet correctly. So values define variable. I should now finish this. Well, it depends on which method you use. Honestly. It depends on which method you use for stretching the images. But my method, which I implemented in C, using pixelation, worked pretty well. Pretty bad though. Nigel's method, I'm pretty sure it feels a little worse. The one I wrote in Bash, which used bicubic interpolation, so far by far is the best one. It's just it feels like it's a little blurred vertically. Thing is, that's just how it goes with Baker's map. And original challenge, which I did on Olympiads, had the same problem. But thing is, that's why I used 4 iterations. If I used 5, you wouldn't be able to read the IP. Anyway, I'm waiting for your submission. No. Value map, value self, use value. You can well, to be fair, with C you can barely read it, and with Bash you can read it. So my Bash solution, I mean, which you just uses bicubic, and Python's actually my Python solution as well, because yeah, I wrote it originally in Python because that's the quickest way of compressing it. And I also still have snippets of code from that contest where I originally did the task, so I could copy some code for compression for unbaking only. For baking, I had to write it myself, but it's like you change 2 things and it is now baking code. That's it. You just swap things around. Anyway, so what do we have here? We have type, convert type. Yeah, I think that's right. That's all right. Now variable and assign variable. Should I actually swap those? Ah, self function body statements push tm statement assign expression tm expression assign new assign apparently expression assign operator expression tm expr ident with str which is name as str operator. Wait, what? How it's? Oh, assign operator. TM assign. Don't worry, it's gonna it's gonna become a little smaller. Self use value. Oh, and I also misspelled push apparently. So that feels pretty valid. Now new slot. Yeah, that's. And anything else? Oh, implement missing members if and then. That's the most difficult part. Descent. Okay. Thank you for participating. To be fair, there are there are more active participants than I thought there would be. Exactly one more, and there are 2 more participants than I expected. 1002 bytes. Wow! If you could only shave 2 bytes of this solution of the archive. Just kidding. I don't have to. That's passive participle prefix. Actually, I'm pretty bad at times and at times or tenses in English. At least at naming them. My intuition is not bad. Because I'm relying solely on my intuition when I speak any language. Well, I kinda do rely on stuff I learned too, kinda, sometimes. Anyway. So, blocks. Back of block. Back of So I'm gonna create an enum block. So this is what? A block where current codegen takes place. So a block And now it's an if tm oops tms if if whatever. And now I just hold a stack of those. New value. So first thing that I'm gonna add now is when current block self, which turns actually mutable self, which returns a mutable reference to tm block. And now so self blocks last map or self function actually should I do block or should I do statement? I think I should just do statement mute self and then stmt tm statement, and then I don't have to do this. So let block be mutable block be self blocks last map or self function body. So block match block if then block something like that, I don't know. Oh, it's block if, right? So this is an if last mute as well, so it's gonna be mutable reference if dot then and actually if underscore dot other. So I'm gonna prefer other if it exists. Unwrap or then. However, I do need to map it. Or as actually I could do as mute. Wait, here as mute. This is pretty insane. And now block stmts push stmt. And that's just it. That's simple enough. Yeah. Now instead of all those function body stuff, I'm just gonna do stmt. Oops, I just spammed print screen. Fortunately, I don't use print screen. I use fn f11, which is on my keyboard generates super shift s, which, well, on Windows it used to create like rectangular screenshots, and then, well, on KDE Plasma and I guess any desktop environment I used, it also used to do that because that's the default behavior. And that's now I just use that because I'm used to it. And I also hit print screen key way too often to actually bind something useful to it. So I hit it by accident and then get frustrated because something pops up prompting me to screenshot when I don't want to. Oh, new value. Well, yeah, new value used it. Define variable stmt. Assign stmt. Nice. New slot. Return stmt. Could run a commit. You know, a good idea. Imagine I just hit delete 5 times, but instead accidentally hit print screen and I just made 5 commits with random names, like hit print screen accidentally. Automate that. That would be a cool idea actually. Okay, so self blocks push block if tm if new condition self use value condition. Yeah. Dot build. See, I just create a new one. Wait, I just create a new if and then I'm gonna populate it afterwards. And I feel like I did too much here. Yeah, parentheses are confusing. Now, here I will need to self blocks pop, and I'm gonna match it. Sum of block if. So none is gonna match into panic. Try to use and without a block. Here, now I just, well, I don't really need to do much. I just self stmt, which after pop it just gave me the value. So I just stmt tm statement if underscore here. So it should just work now. Oh, and I need to add blocks here. Blocks vec new. So it's kind of stack. Kind of stack. Blocks. Let's run it and see. It doesn't compile, obviously. I'm pretty sure this is an array. Yes, this is in array. Yes, it is. Mismatch types, then branch. Oh, that's pretty simple. Array. Code line 154 here. If condition. Oh, and yeah, I need to make sure value is. Actually, I'm gonna unwrap it. I'm gonna add an unwrap method. So then branch dereference that. It's pretty ugly. Yay! Now I'm gonna have to test them all. Probably not today though, because today I should prepare for the next challenge. My time organization is just terrible. And I need to wake up at like 7 a.m. tomorrow. Again. I did not today. Oh, it's actually not that late, surprisingly. I did get back pretty early. And I am not streaming for much yet. I'm streaming for just 2.5 hours. The emblems. Oh, value, concol value. Right. Now, unwrap. I do kinda need unwrap. Oh, I also made it public. Huh? So this is gonna be value returns value panic called unwrap on value on. Actually, I'm gonna do this value here and value. I'm just gonna do this. I don't know if it's gonna work. I'm gonna make generics change generic to V because it is pretty hard to manage it. Okay, fine. Value unit value value never called wrap on and never value here cargo run. Now let's see. Not yet implemented. Cogent model S line 166. Oh, and value, yeah, I just assign to slots. Self cogent assign variable slot value. Then I just return value. Well, if never, then I return value never. Else I'm gonna return slot map or value unit, and the map is gonna be slot symbol slot here. Oh, and value is pretty ugly. I will need to fix it somehow. I don't know how. I will need to have. I will need to find out a better solution. Assign variable to slot. Unwrap. For now, okay. I know this is ugly. Oh, this is false, right? Because this is not never. Also, comma. Now, is it gonna run? Is it gonna work? Question is it gonna work? It does! Let's go! Oh my god, it dropped it in parentheses, why? Ow! Ow, ow, ow. Sure, but... Ow. Is there actually a sign? Is there actually a statement assign? Return break, go to if switch while do while. I'm pretty sure there must be. Well, I mean, I don't really care, it's gonna work anyway. But I thought this library was meant to generate like code that actually like looks good. Generate code that actually like looks good. So yes, this works. I just need to add else if else, and that's kind of it. So and also make it look good on front end side. So let's go to back end here. It's pretty easy. Else block. Add else block to the if statement. And here I also need to immediately starts then block must be terminated with cogent end. This works. Now fn else mute self. So just switch to it. Now I kind of do need. I kind of do need to also add more error handling stuff in the cogent C cogent. So yeah. Maybe if design was nicer, I wouldn't have to error handle as much. And I know I could, because this stack architecture is pretty bad. But you know, it's just it's just simpler with FFI than. Actually, I'm gonna think about it later. Maybe not. Maybe I'm gonna merge it into definition backend. So we actually stay FFI safe completely. And I won't have to worry about traits. So if and then we need else. So that's pretty easy. So we do this, but instead we do match self blocks last mute, and we do underscore here instead to let's do a different kind of block. Now if statement if I'm gonna have to resync values anyway. So if underscore dot other equals sum tm block new. That's about it. That's kinda it. Expected block found block builder. Oh, and build as well, obviously. Now we've got else in the backend. Now we need else in the front end. Where's the front end? This is the front end, right? No, we just we just add the else branch, right? For now I'm gonna do it as ugly. If let's equals else branch, which is optional index of expression, and it should be copyable if I remember correctly. Oh, this is also a mutable variable. So I'm gonna match it. So it's else branch. This never equals true. This is nothing. And couldn't assign variable. It's not variable. Okay. And then end. Oh, and I also need to actually self code gen else, start the else block. So this is pretty stateful, and state is not in types. Oh, ow, 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 ah. I guess. Yeah, slots would be nice for this, like in place stuff. I'm gonna think about it off stream, but for now, conditionals, push. So what do we have to think about? Values, really thinking values, and what else? FFI, right? I'm gonna try to not forget about this. Anyway, so let's rate, I guess, because it's time to end. Yeah, sorry. Any suggestions? Well, first of all, I wanna search for compiler tags, because just in case we find anybody. Nah, no luck, unfortunately. Pretty rare. Can't see. Oh, Davninia's live. How about we rate Davninia? MCCI. I could, I guess. Just what face? Yeah, Davninia's live. Well, Nigel, it's all on you. Anyway, what do you suggest? Well, you choose. You're the viewer. I can do whatever. So thanks everyone for joining, and you'll see my your things. Yeah, save them, cause 8K challengers are coming. Maybe. Who knows? I might drop one, or you might just wanna reading some stuff. Anyway, thanks all for joining, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully, tomorrow or the day after. So Friday, tomorrow or Friday. Anyway, see you there. Bye. That was a long outro. here, and goodbye YouTube, and